Hello, welcome to my Sunday Front. Today I have a mukbang and I have my setups, my hot fries. I have an oatmeal cream pie and I have a splash lemon flavor. These are my electrolytes. And for dinner, I made bubbles and squeaks. I put hot sauce and everything. I put peas and sausage and I put bacon bits on top of my peas. So I'm gonna cut this stuff up. And give it a taste. So here goes the bubbles and squeak. Mmm, that is good. And I put HP sauce on my sausage. Mmm, seasoned peas. And that scotch bonnet is a nice touch. Gonna add some of these fries. Just a little. I dropped them. Let me try this. So the coast, at least for the Galveston, Houston area, they're looking at rain until Sunday. And it's been flooding. They had a flash flood in the coast of the Gulf. Um, in Texas, the entire Gulf Coast, it's raining. Um, I mean, most of us are seeing weather, like we're seeing some type of situation, but like that was like unexpected. And I saw something yesterday, but it wasn't as hardly as bad as it turned out. Keep everyone in your thoughts and prayers because that was really scary. So I'm not sure if you guys heard about like the latest people who have gone like missing and stuff. But the ones that stick out in my mind are children. And I feel like you couldn't put, enough highlight on these children who have turned up, you know, deceased. Sometimes I feel like you couldn't because, you know, one, we don't know all the facts when we should, and two, it shouldn't have happened. But also, lastly, and third, you know, somebody has to speak for them, unfortunately. But I mean, they were just kids, so they should have had somebody advocating for them. They should have known that there was somebody out there that could give them that voice. Sometimes things just happen, I know, but you know, it's an unfortunate event when, missing turns to tragedy. It's an unfortunate event when there's a tragic situation involving a child, period. But when, like when I see the Emily Pike and the what is it, Kamani Lateed cases, it's just so, how do you call it, normalized. And that weighs heavy on people. So keep them and their people in your thoughts and prayers. And, like I said, we really need to be on guard with, these kids these days. And they deserve more. And they deserve more of everything. And they deserve everything. And I don't want people to come at me talking about abortion when, you know, they're the ones that are doing less. There's so many, things out there that lurk, including people who are fake, that try to rub elbows with community members. Those plastic people who are lurking in the high grass, in the outskirts of civilized societies. And then even worse, there are those, who abuse their powers or authorities or um, titles and, those snakes in the grass, so to speak. They're everywhere. There's dangers everywhere to begin with. I was actually I'm able to live stream for like a practice run for 3 days on TikTok. Feel free to join me. That would be so much fun. But it was like a couple hours and they said I did a good job, but I'm not too sure because, I thought, I would have full access by now to all the features. And you know, you still get those, is that a she or a him? You know, if you're that bored, I mean, so, you know, there's so many, I think, so much cap when you're working online. And guys, I wanted to tell you, like even though you're working online, I think it's still, you know, always a place to learn, always a way to grow because I do believe if you like something, if you're willing to put in the hours, and if you can complete the work, at hand, then you definitely there's so much, space for you to succeed. Mm. A lot of people shy away from online work, but if you're willing to do it, there's plenty of, space to grow and be the best you could, you know, in your at your business. And so my TikTok was like at first it was like 200 viewers and then started growing. So I was getting like thousands of likes and stuff, but it's just like a trial for the 72 hours. Um, oh, my stomach's growling. I feel like it was so much fun, and you can like learn. There's like videos, and you can learn about going live and quizzes, and there's a lot of reading material. So I mean, I found it pretty cool, um, as far as having access to those things. My crowd was really, it was pretty tame considering the things that have been going on with live streamers who abuse the system. Have literally caused me to have to contact the feds. So I mean, I was at first wary. I was confident in, in the way we hold ourselves and kind of, we set standards where we're at and kind of make it a safe space. But me not giving you guys the heads up, that's where I was kind of, I think like my mind kept going back to that. Like, I was afraid I'd be in a room full of randos. And everyone was so nice. And I hope, if you're watching, I hope you subscribe. I'm growing this channel as well because I am literally building a community, and I'm looking forward to doing going into different, things in the future as far as my business. So, you know, this is kind of like the waning era of my life. And this is so good. So I did a makeup look. It was a TikTok trend, but I did it kind of toned down, so it was just like halfway up, like an almond shape color, and then the rest was just flesh color. But um, I'm trying to get a hang of it because like I want to do it for like a photo shoot. I made a lot of friends on there, so continue following me and I'll follow you back. And I streamed until the morning, and I accidentally turned on the news to watch the pre-festivities for the opening day today, which today turned out like really, like, it was a little bit rainy, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of gorgeous. I had all the windows open and I was like kind of kicking myself in the butt and moping around because I didn't get to partake in any of that stuff because I was thinking, nah, by the time I go over there, by way of walking or the bus or Uber or whatever, I'm gonna be all, you know, kind of tired of it all if it's gonna rain and cold. And it was gorgeous. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's funny because every time the Reds play, like the day is just like amazing. Like when they play a really good game, the day is like the sun is just hanging there ever so perfectly. I'm like, I have pictures. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I have pictures. But even the haters were only talking about my makeup. And I was like, well, I guess if I'm doing a task, like, it's expected that I stay focused on that task. And I was kind of thinking, but my conversation takes me, elsewhere. But you learn that a lot of times people spend 1 minute there, and a lot of times people are accidentally pushing, you know, pushing play or what have you. I have to give this dinner tonight a 10. It was amazing. Bubbles and Squeak is so good. Like, I was looking at a similar dish called champ. You guys heard of Cannon? Well, this one's a little bit easier to make. And I was like, well, I wanted to try it. You can probably go out and buy it, like at a restaurant or whatever. It's a little bit healthier to cook at home. 10 out of 10. So, like I said, the conversation was that I would get random questions, but that's just how it was. And then I think somebody requested me to play music. And I said, boy, I never even thought of that. You know, like, I don't know. I had written off having like devices and radios and stuff because like my channel's not that big. So I was like, I think I'll not make it a bigger deal than it is and not floof it up. But that request actually, it sounds like fun. I might not get like an MP3 player or anything with Apple Play, but you know what I mean? Like a little bit of music never hurt nobody. Mm. And even I enjoy the radio. So, excuse me. Let me try this. I like to do like just split it like an Oreo and just eat one at a time because it's a lot of sugar for me. But I mean, would you believe if I told you like I had a lot of fun and those people were really kind of like they liked some similar things. I was debating whether to make stir fry noodle or like some type of pasta. But I'm making the same things like every month, and I'm thinking, if I see something online that I like, I'm just gonna go for it. Or you know, if I remember something that I ate when I was younger, like a kid, then I'll just go for it. Even fast food. Like, it's easy for me just to eat sandwiches and salads and soups. I think, but then I forget all the little things, you know? You forget all the little things in the grocery store that are kind of, you know, they hit similarly. Like, I went through a pie phase, like an ice cream and pie phase. When I go through phases, they usually don't last that long. But, you know, in this country, if you're going through a pie and ice cream phase, just the combinations alone are endless. Like, you can go to an ice cream store and there's like 100 different flavors. One of those little pie shops, they have like so many different kinds. Mhm. Especially in Texas. I think one thing that when I moved, I started craving was pizza. Let me know if you were requesting any restaurants. That way I know ahead of time. The weather is going to be a little bit nicer now. Don't forget, I'll be on TikTok later. And yeah, if you have any other requests, let me know. Hit me up. And if you're on TikTok and I can battle you guys this weekend, hit me up. But thanks for watching. Give it a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one, my Sunday front. Bye bye.